Processing of the distance matrix is finished, we can now add that layer. So let's go to Layers, Add Layer, and Text Delimited file. So we can browse to that folder ours, and here's our file, and we notice that it has no geometry, so we just say it has no geometries. We only want to add the attribute table, so let's add that. So here's our table, and we can actually see, open the table attributes and see the input ID and the target ID, and the distance between them is displayed here as a table. This data itself is pretty useful to begin with, but we can do some further visualization. So what we'll try to do next is to do a table join so that we can then see this data along with the earthquake data. So here's our earthquake data. We can look at its properties and go to the Joins tab and press the Add button. Here we want to add the join layer to be the matrix, and we want the ID to be the target, the join field. And here we have, in our particular data, we have the ID to do the join against. And that's, now it's ready to go. So we can do OK and press OK, and that's done. Now let's have a look at the attributes, and we should be able to see here that we have our two new columns which have been joined based on the IDs, which contain the distance matrix information. So let's save that layer because it's only joined in done in memory, and we can call this layer earthquake with places. So let's just call it earthquake with places information. So now that is done, we can now try to do a bit of another visual analysis, which will let us see this information more clearly. But let's do that for a particular city. So one of the first really neat features of QGIS is to let you constrain the data that you're seeing based on some kind of a query. So here, in the General tab, there's a feature called Query Builder, and here I can say that I only want to see the data for a particular country. So I can say country equals, and then pick a given country. Let's say Cuba. And let's double click there to create that, and OK, and then once there's our data set constrained only to Cuba. Actually, let's do another city with more country with more cities. Let's say let's clear that. Clearing my throat as well. And let's pick a country like let's say Mexico. Okay, here's our data set. The next thing we'll do is to also constrain the data for Mexico for the population data set. So let's do that. Go to our general query builder, and we can say here we have the field is called something different. It's admin 0. And sample that. And that's the city name, country names. So we want that to equal, let's see, Mexico. Here's Mexico. Okay, and we're done. Now if we turn that on, we have Mexico's outline here, and the cities and the earthquakes. Now, next step is to visualize this using a really neat tool called QGIS. If you don't have it, you can install it using the plugin manager. You just type it in the search here, and you can then click on it and then install the plugin. Okay, once you have that, go to Create, and we want to do hub lines. And for the hub lines, we want to pick the hub point layer to be the populated place, and pick a attribute. And for the spoke point layer, we want to pick the earthquake with places and the matrix target to be the spoke hub attribute. And let's just save that as earthquake hub lines. Let's go to our desktop and let's call it earthquake hub lines and save that. Let's place the data. Let it run. This visualization might take a few minutes, and you can see the progress. And yeah, there we go. So here we have. We can start to see our visualization. Let's change the color here a little bit so we can see more clearly. It's going to be, let's say that, and make that a little bit bigger. There we go. Cool. So you can now see that each earthquake point now has a line that connects it to its nearest populated area. So if you have any comments, please let me know. Until next time, happy learning.